Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? It is finally Friday. Welcome back to Bookie Monsters. My name is PK, and it is Friday, March the 22nd, and we made it to TGIF. Today we'll be looking at the new releases that just catch our fancy. It is Freeform Friday, so we shall see what we shall see. Kim says, Good morning. Good morning. Hope you had a good night. Let's see, announcements. No sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. But we do have sprints tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, and they will go for 5 hours. Bring your own book, BYOB, or project, or just be productive, whatever it is you'd like to do. It's time carved out for you. Our next morning show, of course, is next Monday. We do every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, looking at the new releases of that week, each week, every day of the week, a different genre every day. Let's jump in. Headed to the library book sale this morning, first day. Oh, yes. First day is very important. The good stuff. Get there early enough and see some good stuff. Good luck. May the force be with you. May the Bookie Monster force be with you. Be the Bookie Monster. All right, let me get rid of this banner. We don't have any plans this weekend other than the sprints. Winter has come again, and it's supposed to be seriouser the next couple days. So I'm just going to hunker down. All right, let's start with something that caught my attention, but only fit into the category of historical fiction. So here we are. It's called James by Percival Everett. This is a reimagining of The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. When the enslaved Jim overhears that he's about to be sold to a man in New Orleans, separated from his wife and daughter forever, he decides to hide on nearby Jackson Island until he can formulate a plan. Meanwhile, Huck Finn has faked his own death to escape his violent father, recently returned to town. As all readers of American literature know, you never know these days. Thus begins the dangerous and transcendent journey by raft down the Mississippi River toward the elusive and too often unreliable promise of the Free States and beyond. While many narrative set pieces of Adventures of Huckleberry Finn remain in place, floods and storms, stumbling across both unexpected death and unexpected treasure in the myriad stopping points along the riverbanks, encountering the scam artist posing as the Duke and Dauphin. Jim's agency, intelligence, and compassion are shown in a radically new light. Be aware. Keyword, radically. This could not necessarily be a reimagining. It can be putting today's perspective on a different time period where I'm reading that as activist. But somebody should read it and let us know. Brimming with the electrifying humor. Yeah, somebody's trying to rewrite Mark Twain. Okay. Lacerating observations that have made Everett a literary icon and one of the most decorated writers of our lifetime. I would just reread Huckleberry Finn, and maybe I will. It has been a few decades. Starts at 10. I plan to be parked at the door by 9. Loving retirement life. Oh, that is a great advertisement for retirement life. Good morning, Mary. Hi, Kim. Happy Friday. Egg hunt. Oh, that's right. The egg hunt at 6 tomorrow. Praying the rain expected will be gone. Yeah, that's right. It's the glow in the dark eggs. Good afternoon, Helen. How are you doing? How's the day been? Mary says, Hi, glad to see you. And Kim says, Congratulations, Mary. I let them know about the new great grandberry baby last night. Kim, you have a great day planned. Love that you are supporting your local library. Support your local library. Or not so local if you're able to get a card from one. Antibot by Sierra Greer. a powerful, provocative novel about the relationship between a female robot and her human owner, exploring questions of intimacy, power, autonomy, and control. Annibot was created to be the perfect girlfriend for her human owner, Doug. Designed to satisfy his emotional and physical needs, she has dinner ready for him every night, wears the pert outfits he orders for her, and adjusts her libido to suit his moods. True, she's not the greatest at keeping Doug's place spotless, but she's trying to please him. She's trying hard. She's learning too. Doug says he loves that Annie's AI makes her seem more like a real woman, so Annie explores human traits such as curiosity, secrecy, and longing. But becoming more human also means becoming less perfect. And as Annie's relationship with Doug grows more intricate and difficult, she begins to wonder, does Doug really desire what he says he wants? You figure out, men, and let us know. And in such an impossible paradox, what does Annie owe herself? Well, as an AI, I'd say nothing. There are no AI rights. And here's a historical mystery by Kerrigan Byrne. I've not read this series, but it's third in the Fiona Mahoney mystery series, A Vocation of Violence. Fiona Mahoney's past returns to haunt her present as a prize fighter from her hometown becomes the only suspect in a gruesome high society murder. No one in London knows what befell Fiona's family back in Ireland, at least no one left alive. That is until her late brother's best mate arrives in the city for the bare knuckle bout of the century. Blood is spilled in the ring before the fight, and when Fiona is hired to clean it up, she finds that the boy from her past is now a dangerous man who may have answers she'd lost all hope of finding. While she frantically tries to keep his neck from a noose, it becomes apparent that her own is at risk. Follow Fiona into her most chilling case yet, one that threatens to burn the precarious tightrope upon which she balances and force her to decide once and for all on which side of the law she will choose to land. So many historical mystery series to read. Mary says, thanks so much. She's a beauty and a big girl, over 9 pounds. Yes, I helped open the last library branch we opened back in 1993. Worked there for 3 years. This will be at the main branch. I just noticed I have bluebirds nesting in their bird box. Oh, so cute. How sweet, Mary. That is some good viewing. All right, let's see if there's anything else here that's catching our attentions. That one came out last year. Did we look at this one? I don't think we did. Maybe we'll. I don't think we looked at that one. Not interested in horror. The divorcees. The laughter effect. How to build joy, resilience, and positivity in your life. Lies We Told. It looks World War II-ish. What do you mean page not found? Which one was that? Well, let's go look at the Kindle version and see what happens. Poppy's Perils and Poison by Erica Winters. Did we look at this? Yes, we did. Yep, we did. All that work. And we already looked at it. The Lies We Told, Margot's Secret by Roberta Kagan. This is fourth in Margot's Secret. She's got a lot of secrets. In the haunting shadows of World War II, a chilling mystery unfolds in Frankfurt, where Aryan German girls are found dead under mysterious circumstances. At the heart of this enigma lies Margot, a woman with a secret that could shatter lives. Her life takes a dramatic turn when she encounters Curtis, a Nazi officer. Desperate to protect the true identity of her unborn child's father, Margot finds herself entangled. I have a sneeze. Excuse me. In a web of lies. When Curtis falls for her, she sees an opportunity to safeguard her secret, marrying him, hoping he will accept the child as his own. Wow. Meanwhile, in the bustling streets of Berlin, Trudy's life is on the edge of transformation. She has a dangerous affair with Peter, an SS officer. Peter, though married, tempts her with the prospect of becoming his mistress. This is the final book in the World War II historical fiction series. Wow. Sounds like only bad things are going to be happening. They're not promising a happy ending for anybody. Thank you. Cool cover on the poppies, yeah. As you may know, Kim, I'm a retired public library director. Been in the library field my entire life. Always such a pleasure to hear when people are supporting their libraries. Yes, you both have worked. Rainbow Black by Maggie Thrash. Lacey Bond is a 13-year-old girl in New Hampshire growing up in the tranquility of her hippie parents' rural daycare center. Then the satanic panic hits. It's the summer of 1990 when Lacey's parents are handcuffed, flung into the county jail, and faced with a torrent of jaw-dropping accusations as part of a mass hysteria sweeping the nation. When a horrific murder brings Lacey to the breaking point, she makes a ruthless choice that will haunt her for decades. Meh. We looked at that. The Lost Book of Vaughn. I think that one is a re-release, or the paperback is coming out. Okay, let's go over here. The more I'm thinking in the background, the more I do kind of want to reread Huckleberry Finn. The Lost Book of Vaughn by Brianna Labuskis. For fans of The Rose Code, which I read, awesome, and The Library Spy. Germany, 1946. Emmy Clark is a librarian, not a soldier, but that doesn't stop the Library of Congress from sending her overseas to Germany to help the Monuments Men retrieve and catalog precious literature that was plundered by the Nazis. The Offenbach Archival Depot and its work may get less attention than returning art to its rightful owners, but for Emmy, who sees the personalized messages on the inside of the books and the notes in margins of pages, it feels just as important. On Emmy's first day at work, she finds a poetry collection by Rainier Maria Rilke, and on the title page is a handwritten dedication to Annalise, my brave Edelweiss pirate. Emmy is instantly intrigued by the story behind the dedication and becomes determined to figure out what happened. The hunt for the rightful owner of the book leads Emmy to two sisters, a horrific betrayal, and an extraordinary protest against the Nazis that was held in Berlin at the height of the war. Nearly a decade earlier, hundreds of brave women gathered in the streets after their Jewish husbands were detained by the Gestapo. Through freezing rain and RAF bombings, the women faced certain death and did what so few others dared to do under the Third Reich. They said no. Emmy grapples with her own ghost as she begins to wonder if she's just chasing two more. What she finds instead is a powerful story of love, forgiveness, and courage that brings light to even the darkest of post-war days. I think the younger generation should read that. Just my opinion. I might read that. That is sounding rather good to me. I'm going to close that down. Ken said, I considered going back to school for either a library science degree or media specialist degree, but ultimately decided I really did want to go back to school. Especially as I got closer to retirement, my health worsened. Yeah. I get you. Where were we in here? I remember that being backwards. I don't remember these. But let's jump to the 19th just to be safe here. What day was, yep, that was the Tuesday. New release day. The Inn at Holiday Bay, Secret in the Storm by Kathy Daly, 26th in the Inn at Holiday Bay. Did we read this? They all start to sound the same. I am sorry if there are duplicates here. A heartwarming cozy mystery series about losing everything, taking a chance, and starting again. After suffering a personal tragedy, Abby Sullivan buys a huge old seaside mansion she has never even seen, packs up her life in San Francisco, and moves to Holiday Bay, Maine, where she is adopted quite against her will by a huge Maine coon cat named Rufus, a drifter with her own tragic past named Georgia, and a giant dog with an inferiority complex named Ramos. What Abby thought she needed was alone time to heal. What she ended up with was an inn she never knew she wanted, a cat she couldn't seem to convince to leave, and a new family she'd never be able to live without. In Book 26, the perfect storm develops when an unusual weather pattern involving higher than normal temperatures, 100-year rain totals, and wind speeds that haven't been seen in a decade combine with the arrival of the inn at a group of senior citizens with a secret, a ghost, and a pile of cash, or at least potential cash, that might very well make the difference between life and death. Box set, Death at the Drive-In. That came out last week. And good to me, too, yes. Battered and Berry, an all-day breakfast cafe mystery by Lena Gregory, 7th in that series. The best laid plans may go awry, but the best laid clues could frame a man for murder. Never one to let a day off work go to waste, cafe owner Gia Morelli and a friend head out for a blissful kayaking trip through the local national forest. But the peacefulness of the day is soon shattered when they come across Cole, her head cook, standing over a dead body. Worse still, the victim was a lifelong enemy of Cole's, and clues found on the body point to the cook as the culprit. When the police take Cole in and subject him to an intense grilling, Gia vows to do everything she can to prove his innocence. As even more incriminating evidence surfaces, including when the murder weapon itself is found hidden at the cafe, Gia knows she's up against someone brutal enough to kill and devious enough to frame Cole for the deed. When the police ready with the police ready to make an official arrest and wrap up what they consider an open and shut case, Gia turns for help to an old friend who's not above breaking the law himself. Because if she can't find the killer, Cole may go from serving up hot dishes to serving a life sentence, which would suck. Little Rock Pool Murder. We're kind of running out of time. By Emilia Hall. Did we look at this one? A stunning Cornish house, a shocking death. Can the Shell House detectives catch a killer hiding in plain sight? Music legend Baz Carson is ready to welcome his closest friends and family to celebrate his 70th birthday at Rockpool House, his stunning mansion set high on the cliffs on the Cornish coast. But the festivities come to an abrupt end when Baz is found dead, floating fully clothed in his infinity pool. Tallulah, a boho chic Californian and Baz's first love, is convinced that his death wasn't an accident. He's just published his tell-all memoir, and the list of those who might wish him harm is long. But with just 8 guests at Baz's luxury-gated home, who could have killed him and why? Carolyn Pink, I do remember looking at that one earlier. Cats, Carrots, and Killers by T.C. Lo Tiempo, 4th in the Urban Tales Pet Shop Mysteries. There may be honor among thieves, but a long ago diamond heist might hold the secret to a man's murder. Pet shop owner Shell McMillan is thrilled to see everyone in Fox Hollow flocking to the local animal shelter's fundraiser where they can get their old keepsakes and collectibles appraised and maybe even sell them for a tidy sum. But the event has drawn some shady characters as well, including Pete Martin, who seems determined to get his hands on a beat up old jewelry box at any cost. Then Martin is found murdered, and Shell has to go from fundraising to finding a killer. And this is the page I was reading from. Sorry about that. Got some cats on the cover. Got some jewelry. Found objects. We are running out of time, so we're just going to look at some covers here for a minute. Maybe. Murder in Moscow. The Midnight to Puzzle. I think we did do that one. And we just looked at Poppy's Perils and Poison. Oh, well, fine. Let's look at Murder in Moscow. Kelly Oliver, fifth in the Fiona Fig and Kitty Lane mystery series. Let's double check the date. Whoa, came out in hardcover first. Yep, we're good. Okay. Journey into the heart of 20th century Russia in this fun and funny historical mystery perfect for fans of Verity Bright and Helena Dixon. 1918 Moscow. Will following her heart mean losing her head? It can mean losing her job. That is such a tight. Sorry. It was all scrunched together. Fiona Fig trails her nemesis Frederick Fredericks to Moscow, but when she arrives at the Grand Metropole Hotel, the bounder has vanished. After Fiona doesn't show up for work at the War Office, Kitty Lane raises a red flag and tracks her to Russia. Seeking haven at the British Embassy, Kitty and Fiona become embroiled in a plot to overthrow the Bolshevik government. But the plot turns deadly when Fiona goes undercover as a governess in the household of Iron Victor, the Bolsheviks' head of secret police. And when Victor turns up dead in his study, Fiona finds herself wanted for murder and on the lam in Russia. The Last Dance in Little Leaf Creek. That's the kind of title that Cajun reads. Cajun finds just the cutest titles in books. Have you noticed? She's good. This is by Cindy Bell, 22nd in series. Cassie and Sebastian's wedding. Let's see, dance classes, a wedding, and a murder. Cassie and Sebastian's wedding is only days away. The town is abuzz with excitement, and Cassie finds that her small wedding is becoming a much bigger event than they had planned. Along with entertaining an energetic dog and cheeky goats, as they do, Cassie has a lot to juggle, including last minute dance classes, but things get a whole lot more complicated when they find a dead body on the dance floor. Cassie can never resist solving a mystery, so along with Tessa, her ex cop next door neighbor, they join forces to help find the murderer. And that's all we have time for. Well, I found at least one I want to check out further. The Lost Book of Bond sounded interesting. Oh, it's a commercial. Sounded interesting to me, so I will check that out further. It's been a good week for me. I think I have bookmarked about 3 or 4. Love it when that happens. I like the name Fiona. Don't hear it all that often in Fiona Fig. Well, the alliteration is perfect. Have a great weekend, everyone, and thanks for a week of wonderful potential reads. You are welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And congratulations again for the great grandbaby. Came some great reads. Have a great day, everyone. Absolutely. So again, no sprints tonight, Friday night, but we do have sprints tomorrow at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. That'll go for 5 hours. Let us know what you are doing this weekend or what you are reading. We will discuss that tomorrow, hopefully. Bye, Helen. Have a good rest of the afternoon, evening. Be safe, be happy, read good books, and if you're not reading a good book, it's okay to set it aside. It's just not the right time for those things to come together. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Om nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.